Happy Friday. So happy Friday. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Turn left on 16th Avenue.
I'm driving again, and y'all. It's sad that I even have to do this video, or that not that I have to, but that I'm even doing this video because patriarchy has y'all's minds so warped. And when I say y'all, I don't mean like everybody. I mean, you're just, oh my God. They're just, the way women have been trained to think is exhausting. It is really, really exhausting. Let me actually just come out so I can speak more better. Okay. So, I'm driving. Hopefully my phone does not cut out, but I'm going to try to do this live while I'm driving. But I just want to talk to y'all because some of the shit that I be seeing on the internet, I just be like, what kind of drugs do y'all be on? Okay. So, there seems to be this notion where if a woman is divorced and or has children, there has been this, and I know it comes from patriarchy, and I know it comes from men. Like, I know, because I used to hear men say stuff like that all the time about how basically your value goes down. So a lot of women, like, really believe this. They believe, well, you know, if I
turn left,
kids, you know, ain't nobody gonna want me. It's gonna be hard for me to, like, meet people. It's gonna be this, and this. I'm gonna be judged or whatever. It's very ironic because this is not the same notion that men are given. Men are, you know, people think it's cute when a man has his children and shit like that. However, when a woman, the person who actually put those children on this earth and risked her life to get them here, has kids, there's this notion that she is low value, or that if you have kids or whatever, that you're low value. It's kind of the same thing as if, like, the whole notion of if you've had a lot of partners, you're low value, you know, you're a hoe or whatever. Okay. So I'm getting this from, like, one of these, like, level up groups, high value woman groups. What's his name? Jeff Bezos, who come over here burping and stuff? Y'all forgive me. The CEO/founder of Amazon. I believe that is his correct title. But he is, you know, you guys know he left his wife for his longtime wife for his current fiance, or they might be married now. I think it's his fiance. But he left his wife that had been with him through all of the Amazon struggles, beginning day struggles, for someone that he's with now. And she is okay, now I'm kind of hot. She is now, you know, he's with this new woman, and somebody, and I've heard this before because people said this about Sierra. People were like, oh, like, she's divorced and has kids. Like, what made him choose her? Just that whole preface part, she's divorced and has kids, that don't have nothing to do with her personality. That has nothing to do with her level of enchantment that she has over this man. That has nothing to do with how they get along. I don't know why. Just like y'all look over men's criminal records, and y'all look over men having 50 little kids, and y'all look over how many women men done ran through, y'all act like there are men who don't care about the fact that somebody's been married before, or that they have a few kids by a few different men. Like, y'all act like that's just like the worst thing in the fucking world. Y'all be thinking, and that's the thing, y'all don't know, she might have 5, 6 kids, and she might be smarter than your ass. Like, y'all think just because somebody has children or they're divorced that men are gonna just shun them. Maybe she got 4 or 5 kids because she know how to put it down. Maybe she got 4 or 5 husbands because she know how to put it down. She know how to cook really, really well. Like, she like a bomb chef, and she be enchanting these men with her food. You don't know what is every woman has something about her that is cool, that is like dope. And you don't know what it is about that woman that makes her dope. Like, people talk about how fly Marjorie Harvey is. This woman has been divorced more than one time, and she has multiple children by multiple drug dealers. Not by the other businessmen, not by other entertainers. These men were drug lords. She has one of the most, out of all of like the trophy wives of like today, she has one of the most questionable, and I'm gonna put that in quotation marks, type, because I really don't give a fuck what Marjorie was doing before. Okay, I think she's gorgeous. I think sis was doing her thing. You know, hey, exactly. Like, I know somebody whose mom has 6 children, and she was staying getting flued out, and she stayed getting married over and over and over and over to different men, like, and kept having babies, and kept having houses bought for her. Again, back to Marjorie Harvey. So, this woman, like I said, she's been divorced multiple times. She has multiple children by drug lords. Like, again, these were not refined businessmen. They have, these men were like criminals, essentially. And nobody is like, well, why does Steve Harvey want to be with her? Why is it like, or some people do ask that question, you know what I mean? Or maybe they overlook it because she's very, very beautiful. I don't know. But I just want people to stop asking that question as to why women who have been divorced multiple times, have multiple children, are able to bag ballers, or are able to become these trophy wives, or become, like, damn, did you not think, like, if you're looking at her and she got 6, 7 kids and her body is snatched, you might want to be asking her what the hell what she eats, what she be doing, what kind of lifestyle she lives, instead of wondering why her. There are so many women who are young and beautiful and don't have children, and they're ditzy, and it's a turn off for people in general, not just men, people in general. Like, just, she behaves in a very unrefined way, like, you know. And one of the people actually commented on the post that they were asking about Jeff Bezos's current mate, and they were like, well, she's older and she's refined and she has a class that a lot of young women don't have. And I was like, whoop. And people do miss out on the fact, or look over the fact, that as you age, you tend to become, unless you just don't grow in wisdom, you do tend to become more wise and more refined. There are things that older women have that younger women don't have. Like, stop thinking because you 25 or you just hit 30 and you look good and you have a nice skin regimen that you're eligible to be the next trophy wife. That doesn't make you special. Like, there are lots of young, beautiful women. It doesn't mean that you're intelligent. It doesn't mean that you have good conversation. It doesn't mean that you can actually deal with being with someone who has a very large fortune. Because there's a lot of different things that come with that. That isn't just, basketball players be cheating. Oh, we have to go to all these meetings. Oh, I have to. There's a lot of other things that go on when you have a lot of money that happen in your life, period. So people get caught up. They get so caught up in age. People get so caught up when she got kids. People get so caught up with she had 5, 6, 7 boyfriends. Like, even though Kim Kardashian didn't have any children prior to being with Kanye, she had been married like 2 or 3 times. And she had a reputation. The woman has a sex tape, for crying out loud. And again, stop worrying about why somebody, like, that's part of the goddamn problem. You too busy worried about why somebody else got this man or got that job or got this house. You don't know what they were doing to get what they got. Like, you don't know. Again, you don't know what type of bond that person has. Like, her and this man, whomever, Marjorie, I don't know who Jeff Bezos' fiance or wife is, Sierra, whomever. You don't know what type of bond that they were able to make with that particular man. Like, you don't know. Like, you don't know. You know, just like some people might wonder how I became friends. Some people I became friends with, we just clicked. Sometimes you just click with people. And it don't have nothing to do with, they don't care. I mean, I just hate that people think because you have kids or because you've been married 50-11 times or because you used to be poor or whatever that you can't level up, as they say, and get with somebody that got some money. Like, y'all think every rich man is out here looking for a 20-year-old with no kids with a snatched waist? Some of them don't. Some of them want somebody that's thick. Some of them don't care or don't mind or actually enjoy the fact that somebody has kids. Maybe they don't want kids of their own. Maybe, you know, you just never know, like, what somebody else likes. And again, the patriarchy got y'all mind so fucked up that you sitting up here with your vagina on reserve, trying to wait around for this perfect guy who, again, I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen. I've seen women sit up, try to be all perfect, prim and proper, whatever, follow all these different type of rules, and then they wonder, like, oh my God, you know, so-and-so, girl, he married somebody that got 3 kids, and she been divorced twice. Like, why her? Because it's not you. That's why. He liked her better. That's why. He liked her 3 kids, and her twice divorced ass. He liked her better than you. Feel it. Feel the burn. Feel the burn in your chest. I know it's hard for you to grasp it. But, like, y'all just be tripping me out with that shit. Like, I just do not be understanding that shit for nothing in the fucking world. Y'all think having a kid just makes your life, you're ineligible for a good man. You're ineligible. You're divorced, so you're ineligible for a good man. Girl, bye. You have plenty of examples that that's not true. I mean, that's why it made people so mad when Sierra got with dude, because it was like, oh, she was with such a dusty, and now she leveled up. It's possible. It's not. I don't even know why it's even that big of a deal. People like who they like. That other person might have kids. That person might have got their car repossessed last year. That person might have went to jail. That person might have been married to drug dealers at some point in their life. That person might have committed check fraud 5 years ago. People like who they like. Stop. Like, just stop the BS. You don't know anything about what somebody's personality is like, what makes them different and unique and cool, that attracts other people. Clearly, this is what I want to get clear. Clearly, if they keep getting married or they keep having kids, somebody like their ass. There's something about them for them to keep you know, becoming enmeshed with other people. So, you know, I don't really understand why people are so, I don't get it. But I do get it. I know that it's because patriarchy and society has told us, if you have kids, if you're a woman who has been married multiple times, that you are no longer valuable. I get it. That's why people think like that. But that's not true. And that's why we have Sierras and Marjorie's, and I don't know who Jeff Bezos' fiance is, whomever. And I understand, like, I definitely had this mindset really bad growing up in church. I used to feel like, oh my God, like, how am I going to navigate dating when I have a kid? There are a lot of men who like women with kids. There are a lot of men who like women who've been married before. I just don't get it. There are men who will sit up here and fix your credit for you. Credit is fucked up. And like, it's like ashy men and women who are ashamed of their sexuality. Those two groups of people, it absolutely, Drew, it makes them the most angry when they see you continuously dating. Oh, got a new husband. Oh, got a new house. Oh, having my 6th baby. Oh, like, it makes them so mad because they sitting there and their wombs and their vaginas are drying up because they're trying to fit this fucking mold. And it makes them so mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna go into, like, no detail, but I know for a fact it's a sister that's so salty with me right now because her womb is dried the fuck up, waiting on a ring that ain't coming, and she's so salty. Like, she's so salty, and I'm just like, sis, just have you a baby. Just have you a baby so that you can get over being mad at me and this person and that person who keep having kids and don't care about waiting on perfect. Yeah, they it really does burn them up. It really be pissing them off, like big off. Like, but she has cellulite, but she has bad credit, but she had 4 of the kids before she met him. How she did something that you wasn't doing, sis? Like, get over it. Feel the burn in your chest. Be mad. Be big mad. Cry. But she did something that you weren't doing. Something that he liked, even if it was for a temporary short period of time. But like I said, you can keep your vagina on reserve, and you can wait, and you can let your womb dry up, and you can get past your childbearing years if you would like, waiting on the perfect relationship and the perfect man all you want. Period. And yes, we are still desirable. None of that has, I don't get it. Y'all be, I just don't. It's like, oh Lord. That's why that's honestly why I got out of a lot of the level up groups, because they were just touting this so hard. They were like, you gotta get plastic surgery, you gotta get a wig, you can't have kids, you better not have sex, you better not do this, you better not do that. And they sitting up here like, but I have a friend that's on food stamps and she just got engaged. Why not me? Because you boring, bitch. Because you're boring. Because you're whack. Because of this, because of that, because of maybe you don't go around the right type of men. I don't know. Like, whatever. There could be a plethora of reasons. But y'all act like somebody that is collecting food stamps and got 3 and 4 baby daddies can't get a man before you. She can. Like, cut this shit. Hell, what's her name? Heidi Klum. Didn't she marry Seal while she was pregnant with somebody else's baby? Cut this shit. Like, y'all act like men like vagina. Heterosexual men like vagina. So please stop with all of the bull BS about you gotta be perfect, you gotta have a master's degree, and you gotta have 0 children, and you gotta have never been married, and your waist gotta be this many inches, and you gotta have this size bra, and your booty. Like, stop with the BS. I'm sorry that men and religion has trained y'all to think that that's what makes a woman valuable, but heterosexual men like vagina, and that's just period and point blank. And homosexual women like vagina, and that's just period and point blank. And it doesn't matter how many children that you have had. I don't get that. And again, I've met men before that are like, I like moms because they know how to handle business. Some of these, women who ain't never had no kids, they scary and this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like what they like. Some people like moms, some people don't. Some of these niggas don't want you to have no kids because they can't afford to take care of no goddamn kids. Like, people are different, and everybody likes what they like. Okay? But clearly, Steve Harvey wasn't tripping about no 2 ex-husbands and a plethora of children. Because I went to school with one of Marjorie's children, okay? I don't think sis got no student loans, okay? Now when Steve Harvey is stepdaddy, okay? So, like, cut the shit, please. Like, I just don't understand why, we still, in 2021, we still are asking the question, or how are single moms, how are divorced women, how are plus size women getting men, but I can't get one. You can't get one because you asking that dumbass question, sis. That's why. You can't get one because you think a man is a commodity. That's why. Like, the patriarchy has your mind warped. That's what's wrong with the majority of the women that are doing this stuff. And the fact that you will be dumb enough to go get plastic surgery to be more desirable to the gender that you want to be attracted to. It just goes to show how trash your self-esteem is anyway. Because I'm not going to get a goddamn thing cut and snipped, and that's me and mine. Some people feel like that's cool, that's what they want to do, and if they want to do it for their personal, whatever, that's, whatever. But I don't believe in that. You're gonna get these stretch marks today. Like, I don't care about that. I'm not getting no work done. I'm not pretending like I don't have kids. I'm not finna sit up here and minimize how many men I've had kids by. I'm not finna minimize this is what, this looks like, or this is what happened to me at this age, and I had to, work 2 jobs to put myself through school, and like, no, I'm not finna sit up here in front. Like, I don't know why people try to get you to act like you've never had nothing happen in your life, and act like, you're not who you are. Yeah. And that'd be the problem, because they too busy worried about everybody else's business. And why are these people, like, why, like, I'm gonna just use an analogy. Why would you be worried about how somebody else can get approved for a vehicle versus fixing your own credit? You know what I mean? So that you can get a vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, why are you so worried? Like, you shouldn't be worried about why somebody else can get a man and you can't. And that's the issue. The issue is that women have been trained to believe that being a divorcee and having children is baggage. It's baggage to them. So subconsciously, they believe that they're carrying that these other women have baggage. So they don't live their lives. They don't go get married, whether it's a divorce or not. They don't go have children, whether ends up being a single mom or not, because they think that if they don't have this baggage, that they're going to be more desirable. No. Some of the things that have happened to women during divorce and while child rearing has helped them to build a character that makes them more interesting than you sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes, sis been locked up a few times. She got a little character. She got a little character that you don't have because she done been through some shit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the women that I know that still running that mindset are very ditzy, very, very, very ditzy, and it's not attractive to somebody who is seasoned in life. Right, and it's about what you want. But I mean, there are women who literally sit up and I have to wear a wig because it makes me more valuable. Because somebody in a group or some coach told you that this hairstyle is, like, I'm just so tired of that. You can be plus size, you can have locks, you can have 10 children, you can have 5 ex-husbands, you can have a fucking 525 credit score, and you can still level up, quote unquote, and get somebody who has money, quote unquote, or somebody that's in the public eye, or whatever it is. I still don't even know what women are fully looking for. I guess they just want to shop and have nice cars and stuff. I don't know, because some of these dudes have money but they ain't got no damn sense. I still don't even see why they're considered the prize. But it's about self-esteem. Like, you don't know how high somebody else's self-esteem is after they have 4 or 5 husbands. You don't know. Sis might be like the most confident person in the world because she done been there, done that. Like, you know what I mean? And she just might have more swag than you. So stop worrying about why somebody else, or being surprised that somebody with what you think is baggage can do things, or is doing things, or is being with people that you can't get with. It's your fault. If you want to be in a room with wealthy men and potentially get one, and so-and-so has created some type of business or social network where she can get into the Grammys and you can't, that's your fault. And it's her fault that she's able to do that. Like, stop worrying about what other people are doing. Mind your damn business. And if you want to be in a room with those types of people, and you want to date actors, and you want to date rappers, and you want to be around executives or whatever it is that you think you want, because again, I still don't understand why some of these folks still think men are prizes, but whatever. Being a wife is a prize or whatever. Cause I done been there, learn that, okay? Do what you need to do to get where you need to be. And stop worrying about what other people are where they need to be. And I think that's another thing too, is like, for instance, I'll take Elizabeth Taylor for instance. I think she was married 7 times, or it might have been 9. I just know it was like pretty high number for like somebody who's been like married. You know, it's considered a high number. She was married several times, and she was known for like her husband being very like giving her jewels and, you know, doting to her and stuff like that. And again, you would think that, again, especially back in that time, she lived in a more conservative time, that, you know, who would keep marrying her? Like, she keep getting divorced, you know, who would keep marrying her? Well, obviously people that were mesmerized by her beauty or her conversation or whatever, she kept getting married. What a lot of people don't understand about women who have had a lot of partners, which men do this too, everybody does this. When you've had a lot of partners, I'm gonna be honest, you don't put the same investment in people that other people do. When you're new to the dating world, relationship world, you might be like, oh, I gotta stay with Tommy because he the only one I'ma have, you know, I can't move around, we got these kids, when you done been married, had 2 kids with him, been married, had a kid with him, been married to him, divorced him, got this one, you be like, okay, you say you did what? Oh, okay, you only got 1 time, and I'll just find another husband. I'm looking for number 4. Like, you don't really I'm gonna just keep it real, like, oh, I've been dealing with Shango, and he is like, he is something else. He really is something else. But you don't be tripping off people like that. You really don't. Like, you really truly don't. Like, again, look at Future. This man don't care about having no babies. Okay? He like, oh, it's a womb open, put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because he done been there down that road. And that's how a lot of people who've been married a lot look at it. They may be more cautious when they're trying to protect their assets. Like, oh, that one wife, you know, she burned me. Or that one husband, you know, he took my house. But they don't. How did Gucci Man say, if you miss one bus, it's another one coming? That's how you feel. Because you just know there's more fish in the sea. I can fall in love again. You don't hold so tight on to like, oh, I can never get married again or whatever. You don't really care. Trust me. I got aunts and uncles like this. They be like, oh, okay, you want to act a fool? Okay, divorce. Before the divorce is even over. Oh, look at me, I'm engaged again. Because that's just, I'll just find me another one. Oh, I can't find those pair of shoes. I'll just buy some more shoes. That's literally how a lot of people who have been in a lot of relationships treat them. So, again, when you sit up and you date the same dude for 10 years, it does make it hard for you to, like, basically be like, whatever, I'm finna go out here, I'm finna date 3 people, I'm finna do this. Because you haven't had the experience, and then you got patriarchy over your head telling you, don't be a hoe, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, you don't be caring no more. You be like, oh, he want to act like, oh, the last boyfriend I had. Okay, bye. Exactly. Like, I mean, it's law of attraction, essentially. But yeah, it's all about, you gotta stop feeling like your worth is tied. That's the root of the issue. The root of the issue is that these people who think like this, whether it be a man or a woman, because there are men who think like this too. They'll sit up and put up with a woman treating him like trash. Because the subconscious program that's running in that person's head is that My inherent worth is tied to blank. My inherent worth is tied to being married. My inherent worth is tied to making sure that all of my children have the same mom or the same dad. So, and I don't want anybody to judge me. So my inherent worth is tied to what other people say about me and how I look in society. And that's what gets you fucked up. And that's what keeps you in relationships where you getting your fucking teeth knocked out like Fabulous's now wife. I can't believe he married her. I thought he was never gonna marry that girl. Fabulous's now wife that he had 2 kids with, you know, she did not want to start over. So she done married a nigga that done knocked her teeth out. As beautiful and talented as she is, she want to sit up there and deal with this toxic Scorpio nigga. I don't understand it. But baby, glory to Shango, I will move the fuck around somebody. Like, for real. I really don't care. 10 years, 10 kids, it matters not. If there's disrespect, if there's whatever, because I know what it's like to do. I know what it's like to be that person that sits there and your juices is drying up, your life is drying up, your funds is drying up, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna wait. Because I've been there. I know what that's like. That's why I can talk about it, because I done seen it. But I just was like, damn, y'all still ain't grown out of this shit yet. Y'all still ain't grown out of this stuff yet, thinking that somebody 50 pounds heavier and you can't take your man, girl. You know, get your fucking mind together and stop. People like other people. Okay? It is what it is. The person might have the most raggedy past. The person might have some raggedy teeth. You just never know. People like other people. And just because somebody is whatever, you know, stop worrying about why they want to be with that person. And sometimes people do pick other people because they're easier to manipulate, or because they know that they have low self-esteem and they ain't gonna go nowhere. You know, I've seen people do stuff like that too, but that's none of my business. Okay, I worry about me, what I want. I'm not finna sit up and write no think piece on why Jeff Bezos is with a divorced mother of however many children she has. He with that woman because he liked that woman. So, that is what that is. Everybody is not trying to fit a societal mold that makes other people comfortable. If you are, that's your business. You know, but everybody's not trying to do that. And everybody not finna sit up behind a spouse and lap up behind them to try to make something work. Some people do. You know, maybe they just got a lot of, 10,000 energy in their chart, but I ain't doing it. And I know a lot of other people that's not gonna do it. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Y'all stop wondering why these baby mamas and other chicks are leveling up and dating these valuable men, and why them? Like, I don't know, call her and do an interview with her and find out why. She might know something you don't, because she's had a few boobs that you ain't had. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because I just really still don't get why. I get why, but it's just like, it's time for us to grow out of that mindset and stop questioning women's worth based off of what other people or what you may perceive as baggage in today's society. So that's all I want to say. I'm done.